hello. I've come to look after this wildlife centre while the usual person's away. Oh, by the way, my name's Jane Miles. Oh, this one's for me. I wonder. I hope this is it. Our Dartmoor Holiday by Debbie West and Kieran Singh. It's from Debbie and Kieran. They were here on a farm holiday last spring. Didn't they have some adventures?
Leave the town behind, the traffic in the street. On the moor you'll find there's grass beneath your feet. Ponies running wild, badgers living free. Come on, city child, there's always something new for you to see.
Look at that.
What?
Great.
Nothing there.
That's what I mean, Deb. Real country this is. It's just like the Wild West.
You must be joking, mate. No crowds, no people, no chip shops, no space invaders, nothing. Just grass and sheep. Just grass and stuff.
Well, I think we're dead lucky getting picked for this farm holiday. Just Kieran and Debbie out of the whole school. Great, hey? I bet we have some adventures here. What do you think?
The bus stopped at the top of the hill.
Here you are, you two. Out you get.
You sure, mister? I mean, there's nothing here.
And here's we go to Homeridge Farm. Dare say someone will be along to collect you.
There better be.
So there they were, feeling a bit lost, just standing and waiting.
This is like the middle of nowhere. This isn't funny, Kieran. I'm getting really hungry. I mean, what if no one comes for us?
Listen.
At last, a Land Rover came along. It pulled up by the bus stop.
Hello, kids.
Hello, you two. Sorry we're late. You must be Debbie and Kieran, right?
That's right.
Hop in. I'm Mrs. Rudge.
I'm Mick. Hey, look at her hair. She's got a stripe down the middle like a little badger. Hello, badger girl. Oh, it's a badger with bubble gum now. What next?
You don't want to take any notice of Mick. He's always joking.
Come on then, get in. All right. Mind your fingers.
About them.
You'll see plenty of them on Dartmoor. Look, over there. That woman's woman's called Jane Miles. She's a wildlife photographer. She's promised to help you with your projects, show you how to take photos and all that. You all have to do projects, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do one about animals.
What about you, Debbie?
Dunno yet.
Badger Girl only likes chip shops and space invaders.
Oh, you'll find something, I'm sure. Here we are then. Home Ridge Farm.
There was another boy staying at the farm. His name was Norman.
Started already, Norman?
I know what's what, Mrs. Rudge.
Norman's been here a week already, so we can show you round after tea. These are the London children, Norman, Kieran and Debbie.
But you can call her Badger Girl.
Badger Girl? Oh, I see. Good cakes, these Badger Girl. I've had 5 already. Mine's like bursting, Jaws. I know what's what about farms. I've got 4 books on the country, and I've read them all. First thing you've got to remember is the country code. You must always shut gates behind you. I read that in my farm book.
Okay, Norman.
Norman knows what's what.
I do. One of our jobs is feeding the chickens. I will show you what to do. Norman knows what's what.
He read it in his chicken book.
Are you making fun of me?
No, Norman.
Good. These are called goats.
Amazing.
Did you know you can get milk from a goat as well as a cow? Specty read it in his goat book.
Hey, Norman, did you shut the chicken's gate?
Oh, Norman!
Hey kids, wanna come see the ponies?
Mick took them up on the moor to see the wild ponies.
All right then, up here. There you are.
Hey, great! Wild ponies. Like the Wild West. I bet I could ride that little one.
Bet you couldn't.
Yahoo! Ride 'em, cowboy!
Hey, you can't ride these. These are wild ponies, not tame. Oh, I can see you kids are gonna be trouble with a big T.
Sorry, Mick.
You gotta be quiet, gentle with them. See? That's it, sunshine. There's a good girl.
You like the ponies, didn't you, Mick?
I do. And they like me too. I can do anything with ponies. There's a good girl.
They sat by the fire after supper.
Mrs. Raj, can I play my tapes?
Afraid we haven't got a hi-fi, Debbie.
Tell his boss too.
What a place. What'd you do at night then? Go out?
Oh, well, people round here don't go out much at night.
Because of the beast. What beast?
The beast of Dartmoor.
He's like a dog, but as big as a lion.
Yeah, he kills sheep.
Some say it's a wolf.
Now, don't you go believing them. It's just a story.
We don't believe a word of it, do we, Kieran?
No, of course not.
Come on, get yourselves ready for bed. Kieran, you'll be upstairs with Norman. And Debbie, you'll be over here in this little bed. And I hope you all sleep well. You'll be up early tomorrow.
They all went to bed right away. Debbie was so tired that she went straight to sleep. Suddenly, she woke up. Something was snuffling and scratching around outside.
Beast.
She crept out of bed and tiptoed to the door.
You're not the beast at all. You're a badger. Hello then, mate. What's your name? Not saying, eh? Hey, you're not scared of me, are you? Hope you don't bite. You mustn't bite me. I'm your mate. Look at my hairstyle. Same as yours, see? Good day. Badger girl and badger boy. What do you want to do then? Come inside for some breakfast? No, don't you like houses? Let's see if we can find you somewhere to live then. Come on, badger boy.
Debbie took him across the farmyard to an empty pig pen.
Here we are. How about this? Pig used to live in here, but he went to market. Plenty of nice straw, though. That's right, mate. You have a good snaffle. I'll tell you something, Stripey. I've always wanted to pet on my own, but our flat's too small, see? All right here, though. You can be my secret pet. I better go now. See you later, Stripey.
Lovely eggs, these, Mrs. Rudge. Can I have another one?
He's had 2 already.
Mine's like turning into a chicken in jaws.
I won't. I know what's what.
You can all have as many eggs as you like. After all, it's your job to collect them.
Mrs. Rudge,
Yes, my dear.
do you ever see any badgers round here?
Why do you want to know about badgers?
Dunno. I thought I might do a project on them.
Well, there used to be a lot of badgers round here. Not anymore, though.
Farmers dug them out. That got rid of them.
What did they do that for?
Well, they're bad animals, badgers. They spread diseases.
Some people say so. I'm not so sure.
They do. And they're fierce, too. They got terrible teeth on them. Bite your leg off.
No, they wouldn't. They're nice.
What do you know about it then, Badger girl?
Nothing, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right. Now, just because you got your hair like a badger don't mean you know all about them. No. Badgers are bad animals. You see a badger around here, you tell me, and I'll shoot him.
Found one.
And here's another one.
After breakfast, they got on with their morning jobs.
3. Any more? 6.
The boys collected lots of eggs.
Found one.
Debbie gave some milk to a baby lamb. It was the only farm job she really liked. And Kieran fed the geese, but they were rather fierce. Norman swept up around the barn. He didn't mind working hard.
Well, that's the job finished. What now?
Debbie was thinking about Stripey.
Listen, I've got a secret. Promise not to tell anyone, all right?
All right.
Norman?
It's all right.
Come on. There he is, my mate Stripey. My pet.
But Debbie, that's a badger.
Brilliant.
Norman knows what's what. You can't have a badger for a pet. They're wild animals. He looks quite tame to me. He looks nice. Hello, Stripey boy.
I think we ought to tell Mick and Mrs. Rudge.
You can't do that. Mick said he'd shoot any badgers. Anyway, you promised. You can't break a promise.
All right then. If you're sure he's not fierce.
He looks hungry to me.
I wonder what badgers eat. Do you know, Norman?
I'll look it up in my animal book. Soon find out what's what. You can find out anything from books, you know.
Norman knows what's what. Come on then.
Alphabetical order. A. B for badger. Badger. Nocturnal mammal. Lives on earthworms, roots, small insects, mice, etc. Also fond of eggs.
Eggs? Hey, we've got plenty of eggs. I'll get some out the fridge.
But Debbie, you can't do that. That's stealing.
No, it isn't. Miss Rudge said we can help ourselves to eggs. I'll just be helping Stripey, that's all.
Well, why don't you ask her then?
I don't want her to know about Stripey.
Yeah, she might tell Mick, and Mick would shoot him.
Well, I don't like it.
Come on, let's see if there's anyone in the kitchen.
But Mick was working by the kitchen door. Debbie would have to creep past him somehow to get those eggs.
Finish your jobs then?
Yeah. Like your motorbike, Mick.
Oh, yeah, it's good bike, this. It's fast when it goes. I gotta go and see Mr. Barker on it this morning.
Who's he?
He's a man I do jobs for sometimes. What are you gonna do then?
Thought we might go and see the ponies again.
Well, don't you try riding them this time.
No, I won't. I know what's what. Like Norman. Hey, look. You've dropped a screw down there.
Where?
Oh, hello, Debbie. Just get me half a pound of butter out of the fridge, would you?
Right you are, Miss Rudge.
Debbie put the eggs carefully into her anorak pocket.
Butter.
In the door.
Oh, yeah. Here you are.
Thanks, Debbie. See you later.
Debbie tiptoed out again. Strange, thought Mrs. Rudge.
Did she see you?
No, of course not.
They walked over to Stripey's pig pen. Debbie went inside.
Here you are, Stripey, mate. Breakfast. 1, 2...
Wait. Oh, no. Oh, Debbie.
Look. He likes them. He must have been hungry.
That's it. You eat up, Stripey boy.
Look at that. He's as bad as you, Norman. He's eaten the lot.
Who's eating the lot? I'd like to know. Oh, would you believe it? They've got a badger in there.
He's not doing any harm. His name's Stripey. Oh, please let me keep him, Mrs. Rudge.
Well, that's where all my eggs went. I'm surprised at you.
So that's what all that badger talk was. Well, my friend, Mr. Barker, might be interested in a stuffed badger.
Don't let Mick shoot him, Mrs. Rudge. He's my pet.
I won't let him shoot it, Debbie. But that's a wild animal, not a pet. That badger has got to go by tomorrow morning.
Don't worry, mate. If you're going, I'm going with you.
It's no good sitting around sulking, badger girl.
It's not fair. fair, though. Stripey's the only pet I ever had. And now you're going to get rid of him.
Maybe when you get home you could have a budgie or a rat or something.
I don't want a budgie or a rat. I want my badger.
Badgers are wild animals, not pets.
Norman's quite right, Debbie. I'm sorry, but there it is. Badgers aren't meant to be pets. He's asleep just now, but tomorrow morning after breakfast, we'll set him free. You'll be happier like that.
Juno, he's my mate. He wants to be with me.
Come on now, no more arguing. You can all come and help me wash up. I want you all in bed early. Breakfast at 7 tomorrow morning. Jane Miles is coming round early. She's going to take you all out on the moors and show you how to use a camera.
Kieran, get ready to wake up really early tomorrow. I've got an idea.
What do you mean?
Never mind, just be ready.
Okay.
But early next morning, Debbie found she'd overslept.
6:15. Better get going.
She ran upstairs to the boys' bedroom.
Kieran, wake up. Wake up.
Oh, yeah. Norman, wake up. Wake up, Norman. Can't wake him up.
Oh, come on.
Debbie decided to leave a note for Norman. He could catch them up later. Kieran was soon ready.
I've got something to leave a trail, and I'm leaving a note for Norman, but he won't find it till later.
But what's it all about?
I'll tell you outside. Come on, let's go.
Look, what are we doing?
If Stripey's got to go, I'm going too. I'm not staying here without him. Do you want to come or not?
I don't know.
You're the one who likes adventures, aren't you?
Yeah.
Well, now's your chance. We can leave a trail so we don't get lost. Make your mind up.
Okay, I'll come.
Now listen, Stripey. We're letting you out. We want to come with you. But if you want to run off by yourself, that's all right. It's up to you.
There he goes. I think he wants us to come too.
Later that morning, Jane Miles arrived at Homeridge Farm. She'd come to show them how to take pictures.
Hello there. Everybody ready? Hello, Norman. They've gone. We can't find them anywhere.
Who's gone?
Debbie and Kieran.
And so's that badger.
What badger?
Debbie found the badger and Mrs. Rudd wouldn't let her keep it. So now she's run away with it and so has Kieran. And we don't know where they've gone. And they'll get lost.
Steady on. Calm down. Let's go in and talk about it.
Well, that's what I thought. They must have gone early. There was no sign of them at breakfast time. And taken the badger with them.
That's a pity. I'd like to have taken a picture of him. Well, I don't expect they'll have got far. We'll go up on the moor and look, shall we?
So long as you don't expect me to help. I got a job on for Mr. Barker.
But we've got to find them. They might get lost on the moor. And then a beast might get them.
Don't get in a panic, Norman. Jane's right. They can't have gone far. That badger will soon run away. And Debbie will come back home with her tail between her legs. You see if she doesn't.
Right, Norman. I've brought a camera for you so we can take photos and look for Debbie and Kieran at the same time. Go and get your anorak. We'll get started straight away.
Right.
When Norman put on his anorak, he found Debbie's note.
Gone with Stripey. Look for paper trail. Don't tell anyone. Debbie, Badger girl. Paper trail? Just like her, that is. Goes against the country code.
Norman!
Come in.
What took you so long?
Nothing. Shoelace.
Here's your camera then. Let's go.
Bye.
Debbie and Kieran had gone a long way by now. They were still leaving a paper trail for Norman.
This is a life, eh, Kieran? We're having a real adventure now.
I can't see the farm anymore. Where do you think we are?
No idea. Stripey knows though, don't you, Stripey, mate?
Stripey knows what's what. I hope.
Come on.
But they weren't alone on the moor.
Come on, Stripey. Stripey. Come on, Stripey.
Just two kids and a dog, I think.
Nothing to worry about there, Mr. Deal.
Nothing to worry about, Mr. Barker.
Where's that boy Mick got to, I wonder?
Come on, Stripey. Stripey. Come on, Stripey.
They came over the top of a ridge.
God, we've come far. I could do with a bit of a rest.
Stripey knows what's what. I bet he's taking us home to meet his family. Come on, there he goes again.
Look, he's gone in.
See, I told you he was taking us home. He's got his own house.
Let's go and see.
They jumped over the wall and ran down the path to the wooden hut.
Hello? Anyone there?
There was no answer, so they tiptoed inside. It was snug and dry, with a bed and a table, and pictures of badgers on the walls.
Yeah, this is his house. He's got pictures of all his family. Nice place you got here, Stripey, mate. I bet letting us stay with you.
Shh. Listen.
What can I do for you?
Nothing. I mean, we were just going. Come on, Kieran.
Just a minute. Can you tell me what you're doing here?
Sorry, mister. This your place, is it?
Yes, it is.
We weren't stealing or anything, honest. We just followed Stripey.
And then he came in here as if it was his own house. So we just followed him in.
And who is Stripey?
My badger. He's my pet, see? But Miss Rudge said he had to go.
And Mick wanted to shoot him.
So we ran away, and this is where he brought us.
It's all true, mister. Honest.
Yes, right. I think I'm beginning to understand. You're staying with Mrs. Rudd.
Yeah, at Homeridge Farm.
What are your names?
I'm Kieran, and she's Debbie.
Don't you think Mrs. Rudge will be getting worried about you?
She shouldn't have said I couldn't keep my pet.
I think we ought to talk about that. Now, I can see that Stripey, as you call him, has taken quite a fancy to you. But I'm afraid he's not your pet.
Yes, he is. You're just like all the rest you are. No, I never let me have a pet before, and now I've got one I want to keep him. And I will.
Before we go any further, I think I'd better tell you a bit about myself. Now, I know who you are. My name's Sam North. Around here, people call me the Badger Man.
Yeah, that's funny. They call me Badger Girl. 'Cause of me hair. See? You ain't got stripy hair, though. Why'd they call you the Badger Man?
It's a long story. You know, I used to be a scientist at a zoo, and badgers were my special subject. But then I decided that zoos aren't the best place to study wild animals. So now I live on Dartmoor, study badgers in the wild, try to protect them from their enemies.
What enemies? You mean like the beast of Dartmoor?
No. Men.
Men?
Didn't you just say something about someone wanting to shoot Stripey? Well, that's not all that men do. They trap badgers with snares like this. They dig them out of their set. Sometimes they make their dogs fight them.
That's horrible.
Yes, it is. That's what happened to your friend Stripey. But I managed to rescue him. That's why I like badgers better than people.
So is your pet really?
No, he's not. Oh, he's used to humans now. He's all right. He's half tame, though. Not ready to go free yet. But he will when he's ready, when I can find a really safe place for him.
But I want him to be my pet. Can't I have him if you don't want him?
He can be your friend. Not your pet, though. Badgers are wild animals. They have to be free. You wouldn't like to be a pet, would you?
No, I suppose not.
I better see about getting you two home. Come on. Well, I'll say this. Stripey certainly seems to like you.
He may not be our pet, but he is our mate.
Yes, I think he is. Look, I'll tell you a secret I wouldn't tell anyone else. You see that wood over there? Well, a lot of badgers there already. That's where your mate's going when he's ready.
Would we be able to go and see him there?
Maybe you would, yes.
Hey, Mr. North. Could I get a job like yours when I grow up?
Well, I don't see why not. Mind you, you'd have to study. Read a lot of books.
Just like Norman.
I want my name what's what about badgers.
See that church on the hill, Norman? That's Cross Tor. Have to change the lens on my camera to get a good shot of it. Want to help me?
No. I'll go this way, shall I? I think I saw some lambs further on.
Okay. Don't go too far away, will you? And keep your eyes open for Debbie and Kieran.
Right.
Hope you get some good pictures.
Norman followed the pieces of paper, picking them up as he went along. He put each one in his pocket.
Norman, the great tracker. I bet I find them. Bet they'll be glad to see me. They'll have got properly lost by now, and they'll be worrying about the beast. I'm not worried. I know what's what. Might get my picture in the paper. Brave boy finds lost children. That'd be good. That's funny. Oh no, the wind must have blown it. Better get back. But which way? Jane! Jane! Miss Miles! Jane! Excuse me.
Oh, just another kid.
Excuse me, did you know you're not supposed to feed them?
Clear off, son.
No, Mr. Deal. He's quite right. Clever boy, this.
I read it in my Dartmoor book.
Oh, it's very good. Very good. But it's all right, though. You see, we're, RSPCA men. Do you know what that means?
Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals.
Excellent. You see? Got a very clever boy here. Yes. We've had reports of pony rustlers in these parts, and we're on the lookout for them.
Pony rustlers?
Yes. You haven't seen any suspicious-looking characters about, have you?
No, I haven't seen anyone at all.
We better be moving on, then.
Come on, Mr. Barker. Let's go.
If you do see anybody who looks as if they might be after the ponies, you ring the RSPCA.
Right, I'll keep my eyes open.
That's a good boy.
Norman was so interested in the ponies that he'd forgotten all about the paper trail. He'd even forgotten he didn't know where he was.
Hey, look! Wait,
Soon it was too late to ask.
oh, no!
Debbie and Kieran had gone with Stripey across the moor. Norman followed the pieces of paper they'd left, but it was a windy day, and he soon lost the trail. He came across two men who said they were from the RSPCA.
You haven't seen any suspicious-looking characters about, have you?
No, I haven't seen anyone at all.
We better be moving on, then.
Come on, Mr. Barker. Let's go.
If you do see anybody who looks as if they might be after the ponies, you ring the RSPCA.
Right, I'll keep my eyes open.
That's a good boy.
The white pony stood still and let Norman stroke him. He'd forgotten he was lost.
Hey, look! Wait a minute!
The van disappeared round a bend.
No! Don't panic, Norman. Got to find the trail again.
He looked all round and saw a piece of paper where the van had started.
There it is! Great! Barker and Deal. Livestock import and export. No, that's no good. Must belong to the RSPCA men. Now what? Better try this way.
Right. That'll do, Norman. Norman! Oh, no. Norman!
I bet I know which way to go now.
Where do you think, then?
Over there.
No, it isn't, Badger Girl. It's that way. Isn't it, Mr. North?
You're both wrong. It's over that ridge.
Oh.
Now you can see why it's not a good idea to wander around on your own. Huh? You don't know what you're doing, could be lost for days on this moor.
Stripey finds his way all right, though.
Stripey uses his sense of smell. Besides, he's lived here all his life. Not like you. Come on.
I hope Norman's all right.
On another part of the moor, the two men with the white van were driving to meet someone.
Sorry I'm late, Mr. Barker. Bit of bother at the farm. You haven't seen any kids wandering about, have you?
Kids? We've seen nothing but kids. 2 of them down by the woods there, and another up on the hill. I don't like it.
Calm down, Mr. Deal. How about our little scheme, Mick?
Oh, that's all fine, Mr. Barker. Sorting you out a nice little bunch. I'll let you know tomorrow for definite.
Usual way?
Usual way.
Excellent, Mick. You're worth your weight in ponies, eh? That's pretty good, that, eh, Mr. Deal?
Norman was really lost by now. It was dark in the wood, and getting darker.
This path has got to go somewhere. Don't panic, Norman. What's that? Who's there? Oh, Stripey. Am I glad to see you. Wait for me.
Stripey trotted off, and Norman followed.
Hello, Norman.
Where have you been?
Did you get lost?
No, of course not. I know what's what.
Well, you were very lucky then. You're nearly back now. Straight over that ridge. You'll see the farm from there.
Thanks, Mr. North.
What about a cup of tea at the farm?
No, thank you, Debbie. I tell you, I'm not fond of people. I like animals best. But you can come and see me and the Badger again if you like. I'll be getting back. Goodbye.
He seemed a funny sort of man to me.
He's all right. He's the Badger Man. Got this smashing little house full of pictures and books of badgers.
He looked like a suspicious character to me. Like a pony rustler.
Pony rustler?
I met 2 RSPCA men looking for pony rustlers. Maybe that's what your Badgerman does. Maybe he's a crook who steals animals.
Pony rustlers? This is Dartmoor, mate, not the Wild West.
Sheriff Norman. He shoots them with his little camera.
You must be out of your tiny mind, Norman, or you're making it up. Which is it?
You watch it, Badger girl. I know what's what. There were 2 RSPCA men. They left this paper behind.
Doesn't say anything on here about RSPCA. You are out of your tiny mind, Jules.
Norman looked cross and he put the paper in his pocket again. They set off for the farm.
I can see the farm. We're home.
But at breakfast next day, there was something interesting in the paper. It was about pony rustling.
Now then, I didn't say much yesterday because I was so glad to see you back in one piece. And no harm done. But no more wandering off, please, without telling anyone where you're going.
All right, Mrs. Rudge. We'll be careful.
Debbie? Kieran, are you listening to me?
Yes, Mrs. Rudge.
Can't we go out at all then?
I don't want to keep you cooped up. I don't mean that. I don't mind you going over Cross Torway. You can see clear to the farm from there. But no further. All right?
All right.
Good.
Mick, can I have a read of your paper when you finish with it?
You can have it now if you like. I've got things to do.
Hey, thanks, Mick.
They grabbed the paper and ran to the barn to talk about it in secret.
There you are. More ponies stolen. I told you I know what's what. I bet that Badger man is the rustler. We ought to tell the RSPCA men.
If they are RSPCA men. Let's see that piece of paper again.
Barker and Dill. Mick works for a man called Barker. Let's ask him.
Mick was in the yard, working on his bike. He'd just been on one of his jobs for Mr. Barker.
All right.
Mick, is Mr. Barker in the RSPCA?
Mr. Barker, in the RSPCA, No, not exactly.
Is he a bald man with a white van?
Yeah, that's right. What about him?
I saw him yesterday. He was telling me about pony rustling.
Now listen, you kids. You forget about pony rustling. Mr. Barker was having a joke with you, Norman. You forget about ponies. You stick to your badgers. Got it?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Mick knows something about pony rustling.
That's right.
And those 2 men, Barker and Dill, they're part of it too, somehow.
No, they're not. How can they be? They're RSPCA men. They told me. I know what's what.
Let's have another look at your bit of paper. Barker and Dill. That word says export. Exporters.
That means sending things out of the country.
Livestock? What's that?
It's livestock, not livestock.
Animals, Badger girl. It means they don't look after animals. They buy and sell them. Or maybe steal them.
Yeah,
Rustle them.
yeah.
And Mick knows about it.
I don't believe it.
We'll find out. We'll follow Mick and see where he's going.
But we can't do that. We promised we wouldn't wander off again.
It's not wandering off. We keep him in sight.
Anyway, look. He's going towards Cross Tor. It's all right to go that way. Come on, before he gets out of sight.
Yeah, come on, Norman.
All right, but I bet you anything you're wrong. This is silly. He's probably just going to the village.
Hope he is. There might be a chip shop there with Space Invaders.
No, look. There he is, going up Cross Tor.
There's nothing there except that little church.
What's he going to church for? Is that Sunday?
Probably a secret meeting place.
Let's go and see.
But quietly. Make sure he don't see us.
They watched Mick climbing until he was nearly at the church. Then he was gone. The door was locked, but Mick knew another way in.
He's disappeared. He's vanished.
He's not a magic man, Jaws. He'll be back.
Maybe. Maybe it's the beast's hideout up there. Maybe the beast got him. I think we ought to go back.
It's all right, Norman. Don't be scared. We'll look after you. Hey, what if he comes back down this way? He'll see us then.
Come on, I think we ought to go back.
Come on, Norman.
They soon saw Mick again coming out of the church.
He's going down the other side. Come on, after him.
No, let's see how he got in. It was round about here he disappeared. Hey, look. Look at that. A secret passage.
Let's take a look inside.
The three children crept in.
Look at that. A secret passage.
Let's take a look inside.
It smelled damp and cold and creepy.
It's all slimy. Shh. I don't like it in here.
At the end, they found some steep steps. They climbed up.
Careful. There might be someone there. It's okay.
We're in the church. And it's tiny.
It's one of the smallest churches in England. I read about it in my Dartmoor book.
The thing is, why did Mick come here?
Maybe to meet someone, but they didn't turn up.
No, he would have waited a bit longer, wouldn't he? I think he must have come here to leave a message or something.
Well, anyone can see that there isn't anything here. Come on, let's go back. I'm hungry.
Here you are, Jaws. You can share my last bit of bubblegum.
Hey, look at this. It's a sort of map.
Not much of a map. Hasn't got a north and south marked on it.
Let's take it anyway.
No, let's copy it and see who comes for it. I'll bet you anything it's the Badger Man.
Hey, that's a good idea. Except we haven't got any paper.
I've got my project book. I always carry it.
Maybe he does know what's what. Okay, you copy it, Norman. I'll keep a lookout.
I wonder what the cross and that star mean. I'll bet you anything it's something to do with that Badger Man.
Come on, hurry up, Norman.
If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing well. That's what I always say.
Shh, listen. I think I can hear something.
There we are. I think that's right.
Quick! There's someone coming up the hill. What are you going to do?
Get back in the passage, quick. Norman, you didn't put the map back.
little climb, Mr. Deal.
Yes. I don't know why he picked a place like this.
The gate was locked, but Barker had a key. The children watched from the secret passage.
Is that Barker and Deal?
It's nice and quiet, that's why. Nice and private. Nice and peaceful.
Poky little place. Gives me the creeps. And there's some sort of funny smell in here.
You're imagining things.
I don't imagine things. It's sweets or something.
Bubble gum.
Oh, here's the note. Oh, that's excellent.
Let's look. I don't get it.
Oh, it's simple, Mr. Deal. See this cross? That's where he's bringing the ponies. And here's where we bring the big van.
Oh, yeah. Right. Got it.
Ponies.
What's that?
What?
Someone there, in the pulpit.
Quick, run for it.
Norman, Debbie and Kieran raced down the steps. They pushed through the bushes and then they were out, running down the hill as fast as they could go.
It's only kids.
Only kids? We've come across those kids too often. Kids can be a real pain.
Don't you worry, Mr. Deal. You let Barker look after things. By tomorrow evening, those ponies will be over the sea in France.
Come on, Jaws. I think it's quicker to run down the hill and roll down it.
I like that. It was your fault anyway, if you hadn't popped that bubble gum.
Yeah, sorry. I just didn't think.
That's your trouble. You never do think. You don't know what's what at all, you don't.
It's all right. They're not coming after us.
But they have their van on the other side of the hill, and they'll catch us on the road.
Well, we won't go by the road then, will we? We'll go over the fields. Look, there's the farm. Straight over there.
There you are, Mr. Deal. It's just kids. No need to worry about kids, is there?
It's just that those particular kids seem to show up everywhere. I don't like it.
Probably just playing hide and seek, Mr. Deal. I used to love a nice game of hide and seek when I was a kid. Didn't you?
Well, so long as they're not playing hide and seek with us. Eh, Mr. Barker?
Oh, no. That would never do.
So what do you think now, Norman? Your RSPCA men. Are they baddies or are they goodies?
Well, I think maybe I was wrong. Barker and Dill weren't RSPCA men at all.
So they tell lies, right? And they have mysterious meetings.
And they were talking about ponies and a big van. They've got a small van. What do they need a big van for? Debbie.
Sorry, help me think.
Pony rustlers. They must be pony rustlers, mustn't they? That's what the big van's for, to put the ponies in. Mick's going to round up all the ponies and they'll take them away in the van.
And it's all going to happen tomorrow. Let's have a look at Mick's map.
Here's Homeridge Farm, where we are now. And this is the way you went to the Badgerman's hut. Here's Cross Tor, where we went today. That means a church.
And look at this on Mick's map. This must be Cross Tor. And these trees he's drawn here. These might be this wood here, see? So they must be keeping the ponies here, in this wood.
And this is the road the van will drive on. And turn off by this lane.
What are these squiggles, though?
Rest of the woods, must be. We've found the place, but how are we going to stop them?
Let's go and see the Badger Man and tell him about it.
They were lucky. The Badger Man was at home.
Well, I didn't expect to see you back so soon. I'm afraid you're out of luck if you come to see Stripey. He's wandered off again for a trip on his own.
Will he come back?
Oh, yes, he always comes back. He's just getting ready to go back to the wild.
Will he be all right?
Oh, yes, he knows how to keep out of people's way, just like me. And badgers have no other enemies.
Mick said badgers are fierce. Stripey's not though, is he?
He would be if he was attacked. Badgers are stronger than big dogs. I wouldn't like to be in a fight with a badger.
Neither would I.
I've got an idea there's something else on your minds.
Yes, there is. Pony rustling.
What do you know about that?
We heard two men called Barker and Deal talking about it.
And they're coming in a big van tomorrow to take the ponies away. And Mick from the farm is helping them.
And we know where it's going to happen because we got hold of their map. Look where that star is. That's the woods by Cross Tor.
Yes, I see. These men, are they the same two that have been around with a white van lately?
Yeah, and Norman thought they were RSPCA men.
Well, that's what they told me.
They're not. I can tell you that. Yes, this sounds like pony rustling, all right.
Miss North, what do they do with the ponies?
Horse meat, I'm afraid. They take them over the sea to France.
That's horrible. How can Mick get mixed up with it? He loves the ponies.
Maybe he doesn't know what happens to them.
But what can we do about it?
Don't worry. If that's the place they're coming with the van, I'll be there myself in the morning. With the police.
The children hurried back to Homeridge Farm.
Hey, look, there's Joe Miles' car. Oh, they're great, aren't they?
Yes, they have come out well. Especially the ponies. And these are Norman's.
Hey, they're good too. But what's that lump on the side there?
Oh dear, I think it's my thumb.
Never mind. They're really good for a first go.
Oh, there's Barker and Dill's van.
Yes. It is funny. Those two keep turning up in the background. Pity. They spoil the view a bit, don't they?
They do worse than that. They're crooks.
Crooks? No law against getting in the way and spoiling my pictures.
No, I suppose not.
Hello, Miss Miles. Hello, Badger girl. How's your mate Stripey?
It's all right.
Oh, now, don't look at me like that. I didn't mean it. About shooting him. Well, is tea ready? I'm hungry. I'll eat as many cakes as you can today, Norman.
Mick, you know pony rustlers? You know what they do with the ponies?
They sell 'em up north for riding ponies, I've heard.
No, they don't. The Badger man told us. They go for horse meat. And it's terrible. And I...
It isn't true. I don't believe it.
Look, don't you think you better tell me what all this is about?
Come and talk to me. There you
Mick went straight up to see the ponies.
That's a good girl.
Right then, we'll see tomorrow. I'll meet you at Cross Tor Woods, and I'll bring my camera. Cheerio.
Jane Miles was going to help them catch the pony rustlers, but the children still couldn't believe that Mick was mixed up with them.
You know, he's really fond of them. I don't see how he could be one of the rustlers.
Maybe we got it wrong. We'll find out tomorrow morning if we did or not.
Come on.
What are they talking about, eh? No one's gonna hurt you, are they?
Later that evening, the children had a nasty
Oh,
surprise.
no. I think we got Mick's map wrong. Look, see that photo? There's Barker and Dill's van again, but that church isn't the one we were in. There's two churches. One on top of Cross Tor and the other next to Brock Tor. There's the road.
And that bit must be the lake.
So here's where they'll bring the ponies.
Oh, Kieran, that means the police have turned up at the wrong place.
But early next morning, Debbie found she'd overslept.
Oh, no, I've overslept.
gone off on his bike.
I know, I heard him.
Well, get dressed quick then.
Don't need to. Slept in my clothes. The only thing is, I slept a bit too long.
But what are we going to do? We'll never get there in time. Might as well have breakfast.
Well, we're too late to talk to the badger man, so let's go straight to Barker's secret meeting place, by the lake.
Yeah, we might be able to do something there if we hurry. I bet it takes ages to load a lot of wild ponies in a van. I think this is silly. Can't we wait till after breakfast, then tell Mrs. Rudge?
It might be all over by then, Jaws. Come on, we don't want to miss them.
So with Norman still half asleep and grumbling, they tiptoed out of the farmhouse and ran off towards the moor.
There, look at the motorbike track. He's heading for Block Tor.
Good job I took another look at that map, eh? Come on, we better jog it.
Debbie and Kieran went fast, and soon Norman was getting left behind.
Hurry up, Norman! I'm coming. I feel worse to find some breakfast inside me.
What now?
I think I've twisted my ankle.
Is it all right?
Just twisted it. But you better go on ahead. I'll follow you.
Sure you're okay?
Yes, I'll get there all right. Don't you worry. Just can't go fast with this ankle. Sorry.
All right, you take it steady.
Debbie and Kieran ran ahead. Norman did his best to keep up, but it was no use.
8:15 cross tour. We've been here about half an hour. No sign of activity.
I can't think what's happened.
Maybe we got here too late.
No, I've been up since first light. It can't be that. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is the place the children said. The little wood by Cross Tor.
Well, something's gone wrong. No ponies, no rustlers, and no children. Do you think the whole thing was a joke?
I'm sure it wasn't.
Looks like you brought us here for nothing, Mr. North. If I were you, I'd give those kids a piece of your mind next time you see them.
I'm sure it isn't their fault. I think you should wait a bit longer.
Well, you can, sir, but I don't think we will. There may be pony rustling going on, but not round here. Just call in at the police station if you need us again. Morning to you.
And another thing, if it was just a joke, then why aren't the children here? Where are they? Still tucked up in bed, do you think?
We must be near the place. I can't see any more bike tracks, though. Which way do you think we should go?
Well, if this map is right, it ought to be this way. Up that slope, and then we should see a little wood on the other side.
Well done. Nothing like a map for finding your way.
I know what's what. Oh, no.
What?
Norman hasn't got a map, has he? He's going to get lost again.
He'll be all right. Norman always gets there in the end. Come on, let's get up this hill.
They ran as fast as they could to the top of the hill, and then down the other side. At last, they'd reached the meeting place by the lake.
We're too late. No Mick, no Barker, no Deal.
No big van.
No nothing.
Wait a minute. Look down there.
It's the ponies.
Mick must have brought them here.
Barker and Deal haven't arrived with the big van yet. What should we do?
We haven't got time to get the police. It's miles to the nearest village.
Oh, we've got to do something.
Let's creep down and get them away before Barker and Deal get here.
Yeah, great.
Steady. Talk to them the way Mick does. All right, my handsomes. I know the nasty men brought you here. We'll soon get you away.
Well, I hope so.
Well, well, well. Grab him, Mr. Deal. What do you think you're doing, eh?
Nothing. We weren't doing any harm.
That's right. We were just out for a walk. We saw the ponies and we thought we'd have a go at riding one of them.
Well, I never. Just thought you'd have a go at riding our ponies, eh?
They're not your ponies anyway.
Oh? What do you think of that, Mr. Deal?
I think we've seen these kids about once too often, Mr. Barker. I think they're up to no good.
It's you that's up to no good. You're pony rustlers.
What a dreadful thing to say.
We can't let them go now, Mr. Barker.
No, indeed we can't. I think I know just the place for them. Into the van with them, Mr. Deal.
There was nothing the children could do. Barker and Deal pushed them into the van and shut the doors.
Where are you taking us?
Somewhere nice and safe on the other side of the lake.
You won't get away with it, you know. The Badger Man knows all about you. And the police.
What a pity they weren't here to help you then. No, I'm afraid you're telling fibs again. What do you say, Mr. Deal?
I say kids are a real pain.
But someone else was already near the hut. Someone with a stripe down his head. Stripey ran off and hid.
Out of the van.
But he was still there and saw everything.
Get over your tongue! Hold still! Inside! Get him!
Excellent. By the time they get out of there, we'll be on our way to France.
If they ever do get out.
Oh, Mr. Deal, what an awful thought.
Norman had hurt his ankle and was following more slowly. He'd lost the track. Mick was angry. He was waiting for Barker and Deal. Barker was very pleased. Mick had done a good job for him.
Ah, Mick. Mick, splendid chap. You found us some excellent ponies.
Look, Mr. Barker, there's something I want to ask you.
Of course. Anything you like, my dear chap, but do hurry up, eh? Big van should be here in a minute and you can help us load them in.
What's going to happen to the ponies?
Oh, you don't want to bother about that. You've done your job.
I want a straight answer. Someone told me they go for horse meat.
Really? Who told you that?
It doesn't matter. Is it true?
Well, yes. Yes, it is, Mick. It's very sad, but there it is.
But you told me you'd sell them for riding ponies.
More money in meat.
Right, I'm going to let them go then.
Better not try, son, or you'll get this.
Mick couldn't fight the two men on his own. He needed to get help.
I'll be back. You won't get away with this.
We've upset him, Mr. Deal.
I think we have. What a shame. Think he'll go to the police?
Not him. He's the one who caught the ponies for us, isn't he? He'd be in trouble if he went to the police now. He can't do anything about it.
There was only one person who could help now. Norman was still lost.
All very well, this tracking, but there aren't any tracks anymore. Wish I had a map with me. Never mind, I'll be in the paper yet. Brave boy rescues ponies. Except I don't know where I am. I'm lost again. Don't panic, Norman. Let's go this way. Oh, great! There's a hut. Maybe someone's there. Maybe they've seen the pony rustlers. Oh, my ankle. Hello? Excuse me? Anybody in?
Yeah, us! Let us out!
Debbie and Kieran, who just this? Oh, come on, Norman.
What you doing in there?
Never mind that, let us out!
All right.
Hey, Norman, that was brilliant finding us like that. How did you know where to look?
I know what's what, that's all. Who shut you in?
Barker and Dill. We found the ponies, but they found us, just as we was letting them go. And they're right on the other side of the lake now.
And the badger man went to the wrong place.
They're going to get away with it now. And poor ponies. We just got to find a way of getting across that lake again somehow.
Maybe if we ran really fast, we could get round the lake in time.
Oh, but Kieran, it's Miles.
I know what we can do. Look down there, there's a rowing boat.
Oh, brilliant! But I can't row.
Neither can I.
Oh, I can row. I've got a book about boats. I know what's what. Come on. First thing you do in a boat is put your life jacket on.
Oh, Norman, there aren't any. Come on, let's get going.
Under the seats. That's where they normally are.
Oh, yeah.
I know what's what. Right, cast off, Kieran.
Do what?
Untie that rope. Right, off we go. Straight down the other side.
While the children were on the lake, Mick was riding as fast as he could to the Badger Man's hut. He raced up to him on his bike, all out of breath.
Quick, you gotta help. Gang of pony rustlers in the wood by the lake.
I went with the police to Cross Tor this morning, no one there.
You went to the wrong place. The ponies are in the wood by the lake. I brought them there myself. I should know.
Did you? Then why aren't you helping the pony rustlers now?
I'm finished with them. They told me it was riding ponies. They wanted them for horse meat all the time. Look, that's the honest truth. You've got to help. Get the police again. Come as quick as you can.
Look, where exactly?
The little wood, the other side of the lake. You'll see.
Right.
Norman was enjoying himself on the lake.
Hey, Norman, you really can row a boat.
Of course I can.
Did you really learn it out of a book?
No, my dad taught me actually. So I have got a book about it.
On the other side of the lake, the pony rustlers were ready.
Be glad when we can get away from you.
Listen, there's the van now.
Right, better get started.
Yes. Pity we haven't got Mickey here to help. He's so good with ponies. Come on, beauty. Ow!
Think we'd better leave this to me with the lads in the van, Mr. Barker. Don't think you're cut out for this kind of work.
What's that over there?
Sort of dam, I think. Better keep well clear of it. We could be sucked in and smash the boat.
We keep getting closer. Pull with your right arm, Norman.
I'm trying to. It's this wind.
Or try harder.
I can't. I'm pulling as hard as I can.
We're too close to the dam.
something. Hold on tight.
Mick was very near by now, but would he see them?
Listen, I can hear something. I think it's a motorbike. Mick! Help! Help!
Mick's told the Badger Man to get the police and come as quickly as he can. But will he see the children in danger on the lake?
You've only got one chance. Right. Keep tight hold. I thought you were goners for a minute.
So did we. Thanks, Mick, you saved our lives.
Never mind about that. Now let's get back to the ponies. We might still have time. The Badger Man's coming with the police.
Yeah, we'll go. But Mick...
What?
If the police are there, I mean, won't you get into trouble?
We've got to try and save those ponies. Now come on, hurry up.
None of them saw Stripey trotting after them. At the meeting place by the lake, Barker and Deal were standing by the big van, pushing the ponies onto it.
Stubborn brutes, these Dartmoor ponies. Almost sorry we started all this, Mr. Barker.
Cheer up, Mr. Deal. Just think of all that lovely money.
Mick and the children arrived just as they were about to drive off.
We're too late. Look, they're going to get away with it.
Not if I can help it.
I thought you said the Badgerman was coming with the police. They'll be gone before he gets here. What are we going to do? We can't do anything.
Yes, we can. We'll have a go. Barker! Deal! We've got you surrounded!
Take no notice. It's only Mick and those 3 kids.
Right then, I'm coming for you!
Deal with him, Mr. Deal.
My pleasure, Mr. Barker.
Mick was a strong boy, but Deal was much bigger and stronger.
Well done, Mr. Deal. Does anybody else want to try?
Yeah, me.
Well, that's that then. Well, we better get going now. Very nice meeting you all.
Look! Behind you, Mr. Barker!
What?
Look, Norman, Stripey!
Oh, good. What a pleasant surprise. I've always wanted a stuffed badger. Give me your stick, Mr. Deal. I'll just knock him on the head.
But Barker didn't know how strong and fierce a badger can be. Stripey went for him. Deal let go of Mick, but he stopped when he saw Stripey's fierce face.
Don't let him get me!
All right. Go up, you badger. I've had enough.
You just stay there, Mr. Deal. We know what's what. What about them?
Let them go. The police will catch up with them.
Listen! I think it's them now.
Don't worry, officer. We'll go quietly. You just keep that beastly badger away from me.
They took Barker and Deal to the police station. Their days as pony rustlers were over.
Well done, Norman.
The police had brought Jane Miles and the Badger Man with them.
Sorry, couldn't get here any sooner.
Well, it looks as if you've managed very well without us.
Yes, very well done, all of you. You've saved the ponies.
It wasn't us, really. It was Stripey. Stripey the super badger.
It was nearly the end of the holiday. Jane Miles and the Badger Man took the children deep into a secret wood. They tiptoed along without making a sound.
Just stay very quiet.
There he is, Stripey.
That's right. He's gone back to the wild, where he belongs.
Won't he be lonely?
Not him. Look there.
He's got a new family.
Is that his mate, Mr. North?
That's right. He's got a real mate now.
He knows what's what.
Stripey. He still remembers me. He's still my mate too.
Oh, he'll remember you all right.
Can we come back and see him next year?
Of course you can. If you like.
Bye, Stripey. Bye, old mate. See you next year.
Leave the town behind, the traffic in the street. On the moor you'll find there's grass beneath your feet. Ponies running wild, badgers living free. Come on, city child, there's always something